All right, welcome to the ReTeach for the US Canada formative assessment. You should have just gone over the answers to the formative assessment with your teacher and went through the claim and evidence for the photo that was given for the formative. What we're going to do is very much similar. I'm going to show you a picture, obviously. Here's your picture. And we're going to go through the process of making a claim and coming up with evidence to support that claim in the picture. So, since we already know that what location C looks like, this picture is obviously not location C. What we're going to do is looking at challenge 3, we're going to choose between locations A and B. I have the answers from challenge 3, but if it's easier, you can go ahead and pause the video and pull up your challenge 3 if you would like to look at it kind of on a split screen, if that would help you. Otherwise, I have the answers on the next slide. This is the picture that we're going to be looking at. Some things that I want to note in this picture that really might help you when it comes to making our claim on whether or not this is location A or location B. Some things that I want to draw your attention to. The first thing is this man right here. The clothing that he is wearing is going to help us quite a bit in determining climate and kind of determining where they are based on that climate. If we look at this right here, this fishing net, this is going to help us a lot as well. Kind of the weather in this background might help, as well as the physical features that we see right back here. Let's go ahead and look and review where our locations are and what the answers to challenge 3 were. So location A was right over here. If you look at our answers over physical features, it's located on the New Jersey coast. So right over here. Location B is located right up here. It's located on Ellesmere Island, kind of off of Baffin Bay by the Arctic Circle. It's not going to be location 3 because we've already seen that picture, so it's not really one of our options. So as we're going through what our options are, you can ignore these boxes over here. We're just going to focus on this. Going back to the picture, one of the first things that we really need to determine is what are some of the maps that are going to be the most useful when looking at this picture. So I'm going to give you a look at this picture one last time. I want you to remember the things that we circled. So the sky, the weather, some physical features, and kind of what's happening up in here. And when we look at our answers to challenge number 3, I want you to think about which maps do you think might be the most useful? Which maps might be the most useful when it comes to determining which location this might be? So the maps that I determined to really be the most useful when looking at this picture are these. Looking at physical features, where are they located and what are the differences between the physical features, including elevation, what's kind of around. Climate zones definitely, I think, are going to be a huge indication of where this is located, particularly because those 2 climate zones are very different. And then the last is economic activity. So we need to make a claim. Based on physical features, climate zones, and economic activity, Where do you think this picture was taken? Where do you think this picture was taken? Take another look at it for just a second. The correct answer is this picture was taken at location A. We know this for several different reasons, but knowing that the picture was taken at location A, we need to make our claim. So our claim sentence can be something as simple as the picture was taken at location A. So the claim can be very, very simple. The picture was taken at location A. You're making a very plain statement. So the picture was taken at location A. The next thing we need to do is look at all of the evidence. So we need 3 pieces of evidence to support our claim. So earlier we decided that the most useful maps for us to look at were physical features, climate, and economic activity. So looking at our we'll look at our climate map first. So looking at our climate map, and I have your climate map and your climate zones. So we're going to be looking at climate zones. So what we're going to do, I'm actually going to fix this. Okay, this map should be a little bit better. Sorry about the confusion. So when we're looking at our climate zones, the first for location A, we said it was a humid subtropical climate. So here's our humid subtropical climate and the description of that climate. Location B, we said, was a tundra climate, and here's the description for that. So if we're looking, we have location A right up in here. We have location B right up here. So looking at the climate zone for location A, which piece of evidence would describe why our picture is located at location A? So the answer was, according to the climate map, location A gets a lot of rain in both summer and winter, and it is heavily raining in the picture. So, a few things to note. Number 1, we said which map we were using. So we said according to the climate map, right? We talked about the climate that exists in location A, so that it's both rainy in summer or winter. So it really wouldn't matter which season this is because it's obviously raining. And in a tundra climate, there's very little rain. The last thing we did was connect it back to the picture. So we say in the picture it's heavily raining to indicate that if this was a tundra climate, there wouldn't be any rain, which is why it has to be location A. So we're connecting it to the map, we're explaining the climate, and we're connecting it back to the picture. Let's do the same thing for physical features. So for physical features, again, we have location A, right over here. We have location B, it's just like right up in here. So now this time I want you to look at physical features and which one of these options would best describe why physical features is evidence to support that this is location A. So the answer is the man in the picture is on a large body of water, and the physical features map shows location A on the Atlantic Ocean. So the man is in the picture is on a large body of water, and the physical features map shows location A on the Atlantic Ocean. It's maybe not our strongest piece of evidence, but it is definitely a piece of evidence. If we were on land somewhere, we would know that maybe we're not necessarily at location A. The last map that we said that we would use is our economic activity. I think this is perhaps our strongest piece of evidence that we have. So, which one of the following statements would be evidence to support that this is location A? So the answer is, in the economic map, the land use at location A is commercial fishing. In the picture, the man is catching large amounts of fish. So again, we said what the map was. We talked about what we've read from the map, and we tied it back into the picture. So in the end, we have our claim. Picture was taken at location A. We have our evidence. According to the climate map, location A gets a lot of rain in both summer and winter, and it is heavily raining in the picture. We have evidence 2. The man in the picture is on a large body of water, and physical features map shows location A on the Atlantic Ocean. And evidence 3. In the economic map, the land use at location A is commercial fishing. In the picture, the man is catching large amounts of fish. I will say the most important piece of this whole claim evidence formative assessment, and we will be doing this again, is connecting what you see on the maps back to the picture. You have to be able to connect it back to the picture. So hopefully that makes a little bit more sense. Finding the claim and the evidence is a little bit easier, and if you have any questions, definitely let your teacher know.